everything that we're tracking globally. Let's now talk about all of the individual cues that you should have as we get into fresh new trading session for our own markets. We have our research team here with the trade setup. Mangalam, Sonal and Vivek all join me now. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Sonal, let me come to you first. We were just talking about, the handover from Wall Street, and that, for starters, definitely is quite positive.
Oh, it is. Good morning, Pavitra. Strong rally is what we saw in the US markets, continued for the second consecutive day, led by NASDAQ, and that's the reason why we saw stocks like Apple and Tesla, both of them surging on hopes of high demand coming in from China reopening, and that's the reason why there was some buying in these particular counters. 40% of Dow Jones constituents also will be reporting results this week, so that remains crucial to track as well. As far as Asia markets are concerned, as you pointed out, majority of them are shut for a holiday. Chinese markets, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea, all of them are shut today. Nikkei is doing well, up around 1.5%, and SGX Nifty, as a result of which, is indicating that the start for our own markets could be yet again in the green. A 91-point uptick is what the SGX Nifty is indicating. As far as our own markets are concerned, Nifty yesterday closed around the immediate support of 17,900 to 18,000, and strength in IT sector and also the global cues that we have been talking about is something that supported the Nifty yesterday as well. Nifty CPSE index is the one that we have been tracking. That hit a new high yesterday, so that is something that we should be keeping on our radar. Dollar index has been showing weakness of late. Right now it stands at around, it has been under some pressure, so 101.97. That's the dollar index that is in focus right now. DIs, they continue to be buyers, bought around 435 crore rupees. The only worry is that FIIs, they continue to be net sellers. So again, they sold around 220 crore rupees yesterday after the massive 2,000 crore rupees selling that we saw in Friday's trading session as well. Markets have traded so far in last couple of trading sessions between 18,200 to 18,250, and that continues to remain the crucial resistance zone as well.
All right, Sonal, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues for the markets. But let's now also talk about the individual stocks that you should watch in today's trading session. Vivek is here with that entire list. Vivek, it is going to be a lot about the Q3 results coming through, and Axis really topping it there.
Absolutely right. Good morning. So Axis Bank, clearly a very strong results that's been shown by the company, multiple upgrades coming in by brokerages as well. Our colleague Abhishek will definitely take you through the internals there. But the headline numbers, net interest margin at 4.26%. He claims it's at the 30-quarter high. And when you're talking about the net interest income, up almost 32% on a year-on-year basis. So clearly a very strong set coming in from Axis. Next on our radar is Syngene, a slightly muted quarter there, while revenues have come in higher, closer to the 780 crore mark. Margins have dipped on a year-on-year basis, over a 200 basis points, downtick as far as margins are concerned, but this is in line with the company's revised guidance last quarter. Gland Pharma too, a weak quarter in line with what the market was anticipating. Revenues have gone down almost 12%, while profitability has gone down 15%. And important results from Concor, this particular quarter was especially important given the fact that markets were awaiting clarity as far as the divestment was concerned. It's been a muted quarter, a soft quarter, and what's actually happened is that the company has seen significant market share loss as well. Profitability has gone up 3.5%, revenues have gone up 3.6%, but EBITDA margins have come in at 21.4 versus 19.5% on a year-on-year basis. Coming into some news flow, Nykaa, an important development there, the company has appointed P. Ganesh as the Chief Financial Officer. Welspun Corp, an important development in terms of an order win. The company's associate company has received contracts worth over 1,200 crore for supply of steel pipes, and this is as far as the Middle East is concerned. Dilip Bilcon, an important development. A company in consortium with the JV has been declared as the L1 bidder. Some key results today, top on our list, Maruti, Pidilite, as well as TVS Motors, amongst a whole host of other companies that will be declaring their Q3 results today.
All right, that is a very long list, Vivek. Thank you very much for filling us in with all of the details there. Finally, we have Mangalam joining in with all of the cues from the futures and options space. Hi, Mangalam.
Good morning. So yesterday was a decent day for trade for our own markets itself. But if you just take a look at the last 4 trading sessions, the market has been in a bit of a range. The highs on the Nifty from Jan 18 to Jan 23 have been between 18,162 to around 18,184. So it was respecting the boundaries despite being a good trading session. Even at the lower levels, we are seeing support a little over that 18,000 mark. 18,016 was the low on Jan 20th. And yesterday as well, the low was similar to that. It was on Jan 19th, around 18,063. Now the important part is that the SGX Nifty is indicating a 100-point bump up, and it breaks this range that we've been seeing for the last 4 trading sessions. So to sustain that range will be something that will be extremely crucial to watch out for. Why is that? Because yesterday was a decent day and the FIIs covered about 10,000 short contracts. While they are net long on the index, 44% of the positions are still on the short side. So were the markets to sustain at levels that the SGX Nifty is indicating, could there be some more room for short covering? Perhaps. Tomorrow is the series expiry, and ahead of that, the FIs have actually bought more calls than puts, almost 1.2 lakh calls, and at the same time, they've written more puts than calls. So that's telling you they're hoping for an upside while seeing some protection on the downside itself. 18,100 call, that saw some short covering, and on the other side, we saw some put writing at the 18,100 mark itself. 18,000 put also saw some writing, so 18,000 to 18,100 is an important support to watch out for. What is the resistance? 18,300 call continues to see some addition, and that is also an important point because over the last couple of months we've seen resistance between 18,250 to 18,300, and technically as well we have the 50-day moving average of the Nifty at 18,279. Yesterday we crossed the 20-day moving average, stayed above that, so that would be an important support. And for the Nifty Bank as well, we crossed the 20-day moving average. The opening would be perhaps above the 50-day moving average, 42,850. So that is a mark we'll be watching out for in terms of a support.
All right, we will watch out for those levels. Mangalam, thanks a lot for bringing us all of those cues. With that, we're going to get into our first short break on this show. But when we return, like we told you, Axis Bank reported its third quarter earnings post-market hours. It was a good showing, so we'll get you all of the highlights after this short break.